So in this particular session, I'll be discussing about couple of projects which we'll understand by applying the principle. So this will be the final output which we'll be creating. And let us start with the basic step for creating this. So you need to have this as your sketch, and once you capture this sketch, you can directly apply the extrusion in the required directions. And in this particular first direction you have the draft, and in the second direction you have the normal extrusion. So how to control this and apply that I will show you in this particular session. So let us start with this particular sketch. So for creating this, from your exercise folder, your chapter 5 tutorial, you open this particular model so that you will be getting the basic idea. So after opening this, I will show you first how to create it. So I will delete the complete feature, and this will be your sketch. Once you double click, you can enter inside this. So I will just align this with respect to my required views so that you can clearly see all the detailed dimensions. So you start creating from scratch and take the center line, and after that you create your rectangle, basic rectangle, this, and after that you add creating at the requisite distance of 49 from this corner these circles. So once you place these circles, you will be able to capture the details about the inside circles diameter and outside, and after that you can create this feature. So this is very simple. So you need to go to this particular center point arc slot, and then you can position with respect to this center, because from this center only this is created. And after that again you trim the required portion and update this sketch. So once you get this, you can apply your extrusion. So whatever the extrusion our target is, that how to create, that I will show you. So once you create this sketch, you go to the extrude and select the sketch. Once you select the sketch, you have to control the two different directions. So direction 1 and direction 2, I'll be activating both the directions, and whatever the draft you will apply to the direction 1. So let us say 10 degree I'll be applying this. You can see this. And also if you go to the sketch, whatever the sketch you would like to add here, that you have to add so that this will be updated. So what about the typical draft angle you need to control here, that you have to specify. If you see this is the output, and in the direction 1 you have the draft, but in the direction 2 you don't have draft. So this typical draft angle you have to specify. Let me show you. So you see the preview, this is the output, and here draft angle I am specifying 20, and you can see this 25. You can see the update. So how it is cutting from this side. So this you try by creating the draft setting. So in this way you can create the final output, how it looks like. So after creating the sketcher, the primary controls which you need to do is the direction 1, how much you need to have, and its typical draft angle. The direction 1, let us say I need to have 15, that will be updated. And what about the direction 2, that independently, let us say I need to have for 5, that will be also updated. And then you go for OK. And in this way you can see your final drawing object will be ready, and you can finish this. Let us move to the second project where you have to create this particular sketch, and after that you have to extrude this. So these are the details about the sketch, and for getting the complete dimensions you can open from your tutorial folder this particular file so that you can get all the details about this. Just I will delete this, and this is the sketch which you have. So once you create the master circle, after that you have to use the pattern, the circular patterns. So here you have to create the circle, and you have to trim this, and then you have to position this particular circle, and then you have to create the 6 instances, And after that you have to position this at 30 degree, this particular slot, by taking this option. So after that you have to create the 3 copies, and once this sketch is done, you will be getting this. So quickly I will show you how to create this type of sketch. So go to the part, go to your sketcher, go to sketch, select the front plane, draw your first circle from the center and assign the diameter. So just I will refer this. So how much is the outer diameter, that you have to find out, and this is 50. I will go to smart dimension and this I will update to 50. Once you update to 50, you can directly get this. Just you can right click and you can go to zoom to fit. So this will be updated. Once this is updated, you have to start creating your first this circle. So 6 into 510, the central one, and the outside one is 6 into R10. So I will go to the circle. At the quadrant point, I will create with 10 as my dimension. You can go to the smart dimension and dimension this. So this is updated. Once this we have created, the outer one, the radius is 10, that means the diameter is 20, and the central one is the radius 10 which we have created just now, and this we have to create with radius as 10, that means diameter is 20. So I will go to the circle again and I will create with the diameter as 20, update this, you have to update this. And this primary circle which we have created is with radius 50, that means the diameter is 100, that also you have to update this. So this is exactly diameter is 100. So this will be updated, and here also you have to go for the dimension, this will be 20. Once this is done, so you have to trim the inside portions. So go to trim entity and trim this, so that this will be trimmed out, and go for OK. Now you can copy this and position at 6 different locations. You can see this map, this is trimmed out. I will go to the trim and I will trim it. So once you go for the array, you can apply this particular concept. So I will select this particular portion and I will go to the circular array, and number of instance I need 6. So this will be updated, and you can go for OK. And now you can go for the quick trims, whatever the portions you don't need, or initially before creating you can also trim it as you like. You can go for, just I am showing to understand the trim, so that independently I am trimming this. So you can, before starting this sketch also, you can trim like this. So once this is done, you can go for OK. And now let us move to the second part. This is about the PCD. So this PCD you can find here, this particular slot 2 into R 3 slots. So here you have the PCD of 70 that you have to draw. Go for 70 and convert this to construction, so that this will be referred. And now our target is to position this at an angle of 30 from this base. So this 30 degree and this is at 45, the collective total angle which you have, and this is 10 which you have to also maintain. So directly you can go to this slot option and you can go to the center point arc slot. So I will be specifying my center point. the starting point you can specify here, and next point you can specify however you need, and you can position this. So once you position, couple of parameters you have to set here. So this I need to go for 10, and what about the angle, this you have to derive. So I'll go to the smart dimension, and here I'll create a reference line which I can take. And now I'll be creating another reference line with respect to this center, so that dimension can be shown here between this to this. So I need to have 30. So this can be maintained, and this collective angle will be 45, that you can update here. This 45, this is 10, and this is 30. So in this way, once this is updated, you can convert this particular line as a reference line, and also this as a reference line. After doing this, you can select the required item which you need to pattern. After doing the pattern, you can set the number as 3 and update this. So in this way, you can create from scratch this particular sketch. After creating this, just you can go to the feature and go to extrude, and whatever the height you need to specify, I am specifying 20. This you can specify, and you can create this particular feature. So this is very simple, and you have to capture the sketcher dimensions properly, and you have to create this, and you have to go for the patterns, and you have to update the sketch. So you have to see the dimensions properly, so which are required for creating this. So this is the step which you can follow one by one and go for the pattern, and again finally you will get this. And in this particular tutorial, we will see how to create the revolved sketch, and then how to revolve it with respect to the axis and create this solid feature. So this is the central profile with respect to which you are going to create this feature. So for understanding this, from your exercise folder, you can get this particular model. Once you open this, you can just delete this, and you can have your sketch. Once you get the sketch, you capture all the informations related to your sketch, and here minutely everything is given, like 160, 30, and there is the profiles details like 70, and from the center how far it is centrally loaded with respect to this at 2020, so it is 40, and 108 because there is a revolve profile. And once you place this particular profile and capture these details, whatever the dimensions you have, the 62 degree and 65 degrees from the center this side, and after that you have to go for the revolve. So for revolve, you need to have the rotation axis. Once you go to revolve and pick this particular profile, you need to have the axis of revolution, which is this. And here you can see the selected contours, which you can select this as your contour, and this particular angle which you need to specify, you can control this. So this is the final output which you are looking for by revolving this particular sketch with respect to the axis. So in this way you can create the final revolve profile. Couple of exercise also you have, that you can see this. So after creating this particular sketch, you try extruding this, and these are the details which you have, and this you can get from your exercise folder. Just open it and try creating by using this sketch and extrude this. Just like that, you have another sketch, simple sketch, which you can try for creating this. So capture this and extrude with respect to the required direction, and arbitrary values you can give. And finally, this is the revolve profile which you can create, and with respect to the axis, this is the axis, you can revolve this. So capture the data informations which you have and create this. Thank you.